The most comprehensive sentence that describes and summarizes the meaning of empowerment is that only secure leaders who can give power to others. Leaders who are secure in their leadership make it a point to empower others. Secure means fixed, stable, free from fear and anxiety. For example, me, if I want to empower others, if I'm secure in my place, if I'm not trying to prove myself, if I'm not trying to prove myself, and it's okay with me to other people to be better than me, then I can lead well. And actually, this should apply for all leaders who want to empower others. We should observe and understand this point. My name is Shaymaa Al-Faidi, and I'm from Saudi Arabia, from Jeddah, 22 years old, and the founder of Maharati Initiatives. This is Erica. She's from California. She's my best friend. She's an amazing person. Last week, she was in my home, and we were discussing about many different things. One of the funny things that we were talking about, what is the common reaction when I said I'm from Saudi, or she said she works in Saudi Arabia. So the most common reaction is Saudi Arabia, deserts and camels, and women cannot work, and all these boring stereotypes. In fact, I live in Jeddah. It's the west of Saudi Arabia, with a population like 4.2 million people. We have the largest seaport in the Red Sea. And if you live in Jeddah, every day is a challenge because we have a lot, Jeddah is known for cultural diversity. 11 million people who live in Saudi Arabia and 20 million citizens. So every day is a new challenge. Every day it's a new opportunity. If you want to improve yourself, you should really improve yourself hardly, like improve your professional skills in order to have the job that you want. Because it's not that easy if you want to be really professional in Jeddah, especially in Jeddah. So the last really important point I want to mention before I start talking about my initiative, that Jeddah, it is the central for business and financial in Saudi Arabia. So, in order to keep up with the labor market, I start Maharati Initiatives. So, I envision Saudi Arabia where a professional and change makers that create an opportunity for them and for others in order to have a hand in economic development. So, the story of my initiatives. In summer 2013, I participated in MEP program with Georgetown University. I study women empowerment and civic engagement, and we should apply a project when we go back to our countries. So I was thinking, what is the most things that I really want, to work on it? One thing. It's really important to work on one thing, to focus on it. So imagine we have a problem like unemployment. So I really want to increase the social entrepreneur, and I want to increase the change maker in order to create new jobs in this city. So it took me almost 1 year to start my Maharati. Maharati actually means my skills in English. In November 2015, I started the first workshops. And in 2016, we expanded. We added the change maker programs. And we'll talk about it in more detail in the next slides. So today we provide a professional skills training. We bring expert and training. We use the active learning styles. I believe that if you want to train youth, you should apply the active learning style and new methodologies, not just talking and make them listen and just write, because it will not work. The second thing, Changemaker program, a global citizenship. We received a training from Ashoka. Ashoka, it's really well-known organization and Changemaker program for youth in all the world. So we received a program in order to apply these methodologies in Maharati initiatives. And the third thing, link them with international opportunities, like exchanging program, conference, fellowship, and also scholarship and all these things. I believe these three will make them more social entrepreneur and change makers. So our partners and corporation, many different universities, locally and internationally, and our latest partners here in the UK, like the UK ambassador, Saudi, here. So we will like cooperate with them in order to have workshops here in UK and in Jeddah. As an entrepreneurship graduate, it's really important to have a sustainable project. I don't want to have a long term. I really want a long impact. So sustainability is really important to think about it. So the most three that I want to make it sustainable, like to increase the volunteer and to have more partners with companies, with organizations, and to develop new programs to match with the labor market, because every day the labor market is changing. We should improve and keep up with it. So, as I mentioned, like, as a change maker, it's really important to think about society needs. And if your government or your country contribute to development, it will be helpful if you follow the country's goals. So it will be like huge impact. So the Vision 2030, like this is by government. The Vision 2030 in general, it's like to build the best future in Saudi Arabia. So they in all fields, in all aspects. So I focus in the youth and women empowerment. And actually, they launch a lot of programs. So the themes is vibrant society, thriving economy, and ambitious nations. So they launch a lot of programs, and the vision that I follow, like for example, reducing the unemployment rate, increasing the non-profit sectors, and also increasing the volunteer in the non-profit sector, and support the medium and small businesses in Saudi. To conclude, to think about questions. It's really important as a change maker to think about this question, to sit with ourselves and think about it, if we really making change or just we are talking. So, how would you rate your leadership ability? How are you influencing or making a positive impact in the world? And how do you ensure that your action agree what you said? Thank you for listening.